All right, y'all, let's check out this interview because I'm hearing a lot of people are done with Maverick City. Like, that's it. I personally, yes, they sound amazing. I just don't love listening to their music. I just feel like it's not truly worship for me. Like, I feel like it's just more like emotion. I mean, it sounds great. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, Chandler Moore, great artist, sounds amazing. But they've done some questionable things, in my opinion, that just doesn't sit right with me. So that's another video, another topic. Who knows, I might mention at the end of this video. But I want to listen to this interview. I only heard like a minute or so, but I know a lot of people are surprised because this guy, I guess, was the previous manager, Norman Miffy or something like that. But he's pretty much telling everything that went behind creating Maverick City and how he found them and how it started and whatnot. Yeah, it's crazy. I this is not something that surprises me because I know even churches. Like, I've been in some mega churches before. I've helped out. I would call a mega church, and I saw kind of what happens like behind the scenes and how much of a business it truly is. So hearing this doesn't necessarily surprise me. It kind of just aligns with the discernment that I already felt with not choosing to listen to Maverick City and Elevation and all these other worship groups that kind of spawn out of these churches. But yeah, let's check out this interview, and I'll pause it as we go.
So let's go here. What was the transition like from going from Travis to Mav?
Okay, now that was crazy. So Travis had been on this run. We had 5 Grammy nominations back to back, number one after number one. We had did sold out tours. And I think I had took on 2 more clients, J.J. Harrison and Israel Houghton.
Okay.
By this point. And I think in any relationship, especially when you family, it becomes this navigation of egos. You know, I'm the rising star exec, he the rising star artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think in gospel for a long time, it was like one manager, one artist. So like Ty and Kelvin, or Kirk and Ron, or you knew when you seen somebody, you knew who their manager was. You know, it was like frickin' frat. You know, that's how it was. What's his name? Ricky Dillon and I can't think of the other dude's name. What's his name? Who? No, it's not Ricky Dillon. Kip.
Ricky Dillon, I know. I can't.
What's the little dude now? I can't think of his name either right now. But you knew it. It was like this symbiotic relationships. I modeled myself out to Scooter Braun. That's what I saw. When I come in anything, I'm not comparing myself to what's elite in that space. I'm comparing myself to what's elite.
Period.
What, period?
Yeah.
Just period. So the best run management company I thought at the time was Urban Asoff and Scooter Braun. Urban Asoff is full stop. Scooter Braun had, SB projects. And that's what I believe was necessary in gospel. So I wanted to build this organization. So that's why I started hiring managers to work with me.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was the pathway to success. And so during this time, we moving, the pandemic hit, my marketing, nobody's moving around.
Right.
So you gotta find a way to make money.
Right.
Maverick was the only one still doing things, and I got lucky. There was a clubhouse where everybody was talking junk about Maverick.
Yes.
There was a clubhouse,
on that.
all the execs was talking junk about Maverick, because I didn't start Maverick. I bought into it. But I knew the kids. Chandler came from my church. Dante used to sing with Travis. Aaron Moses was our keys players. I knew the kids. And so I knew the owners because I met them in London. The way people were talking down on them and what they had done, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really thought that.
It was unwarranted.
Beyond it was unwarranted, it was short-sighted.
Gotcha.
Like, it was really short-sighted. If you were looking, like, people look at now. So, like, people are looking at right now, and they see gospel right now. I see it 5 years from now. Like, not where it is, but where it's going. So you have to look at what is bubbling. And so what you saw under the surface bubbling was churches had stopped singing traditional gospel music.
Right.
And the churches that were growing were singing worship.
Okay.
So what I knew, because I had worked in the church, was that when we redo the big worship songs, like if you see Todd do It Again, that's an elevation song, or you see him do Goodness of God, it feels different than when Jen Johnson does it at Bethel, than when Chris Brown does it at Elevation. And so what I saw in Maverick was the perfect storm. You had black kids with, respectfully, white writers and producers, so they were training them not to oversing, to sing it, to be singable, and also they were making content during the pandemic when everybody wanted God. You know what I mean? And they were great songs. It wasn't like, we gonna get over it, we gonna get over it. They were making music that resonated with people because the reality is we didn't grow up like our parents. I grew up with a two-parents household, both of my parents doctors. I don't know nothing about no struggle, no disrespect to anybody that does. I ain't grew up on no food stamps in the hood. So my kids can't relate to, like the way Never Would Have Made It hit my grandma don't hit me the same way.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? The way, it's different. We relate to a different story. We relate to our struggles today, and I'm not speaking for everybody, I'm just speaking to the general young black kid. Our struggles today are more internal than they are external forces. Yes, there's still racism and all that stuff exists, but, we getting up, going to work, the bills is paid, we got the cars, so like, a song like, if he dresses the lilies, it's like, dang, God will keep me fly. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different. Like now, it's like, promises, it's like those songs were resonating when it's rest on us. It's like, it's more about the presence of God. It's more vertical than it is horizontal. And so what you got with Maverick was you got the type of music that was expanding and the best talent. And you put those two together, and I was like, shoot, the solo artist thing cool, but these jokers can fill arenas. I saw it then. I knew God had gave me this vision of worship music filling arenas, and I always thought it was gonna be somehow, because the reality is, a lot of people don't know this. We were gonna do a group called Undivided with Travis and Israel, and they were gonna run it, and we were gonna put these artists together very similar to Maverick. This was it's 2017, Maverick started in 2018.
Wow.
But we couldn't work it out for various reasons. But if you look in the notes in my phone, you'll see we had these names, and Chan was one of them. What's the dude name he's from Arizona. Oh my Lord, white worship leader. Can't think of his name. But the fact of the matter, what I'm saying it for is, God was putting collaboration in the earth. And what you saw with Maverick is you saw this collaborative effort, you saw this thing, this ethos of, we gonna disrupt this whole thing. And for me, the transition was, I stopped working at the church, the pandemic had hit, marketing was what I had. I owned all these cameras, I had this big company, we were doing marketing for Lifetime, BET, and all of this. And I basically just went, I was flying to Atlanta to meet with Tony and JJ. I ain't even telling the whole story the way it should go. So I'm gonna back up. We got a little time.
Yes, sir.
God dropped them on my heart in my office in June. Earlier that year. And he told me just to call them. Call JJ and Tony. So I was like, all right, cool. They never answer the phone. You talking about I don't answer the phone? They never answer the phone.
That's a fact.
They never answer the phone. So I'm calling. I'm like, dude, all right, why you want me to call these randoms? Because at that time, Maverick was some little chumps to me. I'm the one who got the big artists. We running worship. Me and Travis, we running this. What I'm calling them for? You got my old background singer leading your thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm gonna keep it. So like, you think about Maverick. Now you gotta think about what I thought about it then. I want y'all to know, I ain't calling because I'm thirsty now. We killing it. You feel me? And ain't no pride in I'm just letting it know, just letting it get the story right.
Absolutely.
So I think that October, Chan hit me. And Chan, this is, I fired Chan from my church. So this is like
You said you fired Chan from the church?
From our church, yeah, I did. I used to run the church. I was the executive pastor at our church. So yeah. Young kids, man, you know how it go. Travis don't play that, man. One thing about Travis Green, he don't play that. He run a tight ship. You know what I'm saying? He gonna sit you down. You gonna have to get out. If you ain't doing it the way you supposed to do it, it ain't gonna work for you with Travis Green. You know what I'm saying? He don't play that. So they don't play that. Now he has got, as a leader excellently. There's grown, has matured so much. This early on in our church.
Yeah.
Though.
Facts.
It's early in the church day. He probably been a pastor for 2 years. And he had a chance since he was 16-year-old, a little kid. Chad grew up with them. That's like their son.
Right.
So Chad calling me was a big thing because we had been separated. This is when Chad was at
All Nations.
what's called Belong now.
Right.
But, yeah, All Nations don't exist, do it. But
Oh my God, it do.
there's still an All Nations? All the
Matthew
churches
Stevens is a pastor of All Nations, but
all the churches changed their name.
yeah, LeBron is Belong now.
No, but all of them changed their name. JJ Church got a new name.
But there's only one left. No, we'll stay here.
What?
Matthew Stevens is the pastor of All Nations, but the rest of them that were in that Reformation have different names now.
Oh, cause so he got rid of the denomination. All Nations used to be a denomination.
Yeah, but that's the name of his church too.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. I didn't know he still had a church.
Yeah,
Well,
he
respect.
got one in New York and one in Chicago.
Still?
Uh-huh.
I thought they changed the one in Chicago.
That's his. That's headquarters.
Okay, cool. Well, shout out to All Nations. Didn't know. Didn't
Anyway,
know.
that's
Did
what
not
Chandler
know.
was.
So that's what Chandler was. And so we talked, and he was like, he needs some help. And so I was like, all right, cool. So then I'm still calling JJ and Tony. And finally, when they doing the recording for Old Church Basement, we linked up. We met up in Charlotte. You know, it was great. That's right after the clubhouse. I'm taking up for them. We keep going. We started doing the business together. And eventually, I just got busier doing the stuff with Maverick. And now we're trying to think he hired a different manager. And we just went on our ways.
Yo, that is so crazy. I remember those clubhouse days. I met you.
All right. I didn't know if he was going to get to the point or not, but yeah, I mean, you pretty much, well, so it seems like people are upset because they're seeing what I've kind of already saw. And I think a lot of people should have already known this, that there is definitely, and I think you'd be very upset to know it all, but, or most people should, but there's a lot of business behind. Now, let me just say this. I own a business myself. I understand that, you know, how business works. And I don't have any beef like with like a pastor receiving income, right? Like, cause obviously, like, I mean, he shepherds the church, or he should be shepherding the church. And, you know, that's his full-time ministry. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. I have a problem specifically with worship, and like what he said, like he paralleled the verse with about, if God dresses the lilies, what more would your Father do with you, right? Oh man, that makes me cringe so hard, knowing that he then followed up with a statement saying, well, I know God will keep me fly. And you know, people might hear that and they say, you know, relax, bro, like it wasn't that deep. He's just saying that, you know, God will keep him clothed, right? But just, if you just hear the approach that these people have behind worship and how they view, through the scope that they view worship through and church through, it to me, it's disgusting. I truly believe so. And I hope this wakes people up to see it goes beyond listening to. Now, I believe you should use your own discernment. So I'm not saying if you listen to Maverick City that you're not born again Christian. I'm not saying that whatsoever. For me, as much as I think there, because I love music and I used to sing myself. So as much as I think that you should use your discernment, I do understand that they sound amazing. I do know Chandler has one of the most powerful voices in gospel music that I've ever heard. However, I think there's a lot more biblical worship groups that are founded more on biblical doctrine versus emotional feel. Like what he said there used to be, gospel music used to be vertical, which I think that's how we should worship, is vertical and not horizontal. And it seems like a lot of the groups out now are just horizontal. Like, you know, this song makes me feel good. This song talks about how God, what he does for me, and it's not a response to the gospel and how we understand the gospel. And that's how, you know, I love worship. I love hymns. I love, you know, true, you know, now I do love a good song that, you know, is well done, orchestrated, and the music sounds great and the instrument sounds great and the chord progression, all that stuff. But that to me, it's like if it's not, if the lyrics aren't biblical and if it's not solid, right? I don't want to listen to it. I don't care how good it sounds at the end of the day. I don't need good sounding music. And if I did, then I can just listen to worldly music at the end of the day. So, but yeah, I mean, hopefully this opens up opens up their hearts and minds to understand that there is a deeper, plan and a purpose that these, executives and these labels and these church founders are doing behind the scenes. It's not just, they're making amazing music there's a reason why Maverick City is collabing with worldly artists. I believe there's a deeper plan behind that. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't listen to them currently, is as soon as they started, and they were like, I think they make a lot of music with Elevation, which I don't at all mess with Elevation at all. That'll be a separate video for next time. But those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe, and yeah, until next time, God bless.